Tamnavulin, I think that's how you say it, Tamnavulin. Speyside, single malt, Scotch whiskey. It's at 40%. It is an entry level, but does whiskey have to be expensive to be enjoyed? I think that's the question that we're about to answer with this particular dram. This one's about just under $80 here in New Zealand. So I don't know what it'll be wherever you are, but it's fairly readily available, I think, certainly in the online retailers. It's Tamnavulin Sherry Cask Edition. It's a Speyside single malt, matured initially in white American oak barrels before being finished off, it says 3 ways, in a sherry cask. So I don't know, maybe different sherry casks. It doesn't actually elaborate too much. And it's at 40%. So, it raises an interesting question. It is a genuine Speyside single malt, finished in a sherry cask, which we all like. It is 40%, in my opinion. That's a little light, but hey, forget the fancy packaging and the huge age sort of statements and limited editions. This is a no age statement. It's no age statement on this, so they're not letting us know it has to be over 3 years, of course, but there could be a 10-year-old single malt in here. You don't know. It's actually got a very, very... Joe, I don't often get a banana forward flavour or nose. That's the first time I've had that in quite a while, and it's sort of very, very prominent. Sweetness, vanilla, toffee, maybe some dark fruits. And that is very, very approachable. That's very, very nice. I mean, Tamnavulin, it doesn't have the big name of Macallan, Glenfiddich, Glenlivet. It doesn't have that sort of profile. But perhaps that's maybe what makes it sort of interesting, because now you are looking at a genuine Speyside single malt with a sherry cask influence. And it is really, really at the affordable end of the market. It's right at that entry level. The distillery itself, Tamnavulin, was established in 1966 in the village of Tamnavulin, which is slightly pronounced differently in Scotland, obviously. And that is Gaelic for mill on the hill. It closed in the 1990s, and opened again in 2007. Today it's owned by the Alliance Global Group, which is pretty massive. No age statement, as I say, and be very, very interesting. So the nose, straight away, I like the nose. I think it smells great. Let's try it. Well, there's no nasties. Very, very mild spice with sweetness coming through, vanilla, toffee, the sort of notes that you would expect. In truth, I find it a little thin, and by way of me saying thin, I'd like to see this 46% or above, and that is nothing short of me being very privileged in testing and tasting so many whiskies that usually I taste whiskies that are slightly higher in ABV. So what happens is your palate becomes adjusted to a stronger whiskey. So when you go back to an Irish dram at 40% or something like this at 40%, you do feel sort of cheated a little bit in the ABV department, and that's why I'm saying it thin. You probably won't find it thin, or someone entering into the market won't find it thin, but that's just my personal opinion. I'd like to see it up a little bit. Second sip. Just on the end of that first sip, it's a short sort of finish. There's nothing horrible here, but the finish isn't great. I've got to say, the finish isn't magnificent. There's a little bit of something at the end which doesn't do it for me. I don't like it that much, but it is a short finish, and I sort of expect a short finish with a 40% whiskey, you know what I mean? But if you're already drinking like cask strength or Springbanks or heavily peated whiskies, you know, I don't think this would be for you. But if you are exploring your way into the whiskey market and you've tried a few, you've tried maybe Glenlivet or Glenfarclas or, you know, whatever, I don't think you should discount it. $80 is a good entry-level whiskey. It might even pay you to see if you can find it in a bar and try it at a bar if you can ever find it. It saves you buying the whole bottle and potentially being disappointed, although I do think a lot of people would enjoy this whiskey. It is definitely value for money. You know, as I said, genuine Speyside single malt. You've got that sort of sherry cask flavours coming off it. Yeah, look, nothing wrong with it. It's okay. Scoring. Personally, it's not a 1, it's not a 5, but unfortunately it's not even, for me, it's not even really, in my thinking, it's not really for me. It's not a solid dram, or it's not that excellent to me either. I'm only going to give it 2 barrels, but I don't think you should be disheartened on the score on that one, because I think you should try it for yourself and let me know what you think. It is, to me, it's just thin. That's the only takeaway that I could give you. It's a little thin, and I mean in terms of mouthfeel, in terms of the ABV, in terms of just the way everything. It is a little thin. You could probably sit and drink it all night and you'd be fine. But yeah. Anyway, honest review. Please subscribe to the video, give us a thumbs up, hit the little bell, and comment if you have tried this one. And until next time, you make sure you drink responsibly and sláinte.